Hey, glad you came back. So, I was at the grocery market, local grocer here, and I was walking through the aisles, and I saw they had chitlins, which is rare actually around these parts. But not only that, they had Aunt Bessie's chitlins. Now, yes, they were $30 a bag. I bought two to start off with, because I wanted to see how it was because I looked at other videos of people using this product. It didn't look like the traditional chitlin, right? And I think I found out why, and you'll see if you watch the whole entire video. But we cooked them. You'll see how I did it. I won't go too much in depth with it because I have other videos that you can watch, and I'll talk about those and recommend those to you later on in the video. But this is what we got. Yeah, I got it on a bed of rice, right? Just white rice. I'm gonna try it out. They look different. They break down the same, but they're different. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's see what they got. Okay, okay. Yeah, these are good. These are good. I can tell you right now, they were easier to clean. So if you watch this video, if you happen to run into some Aunt Bessie's chitlins and you're a chitlin lover, go for it. But just know they slightly taste like chitlins, but it's just a little bit different. Just a little bit different, not much. And I'll explain why I think that is later on in the video. So I hope you make it all the way through. Thanks for watching. Let's do some work. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. Okay, so these chitlins, I'm gonna clean them, but the way I clean them, I use vinegar, just white distilled vinegar. I use kosher salt. It could be Morton's. It could be kosher sea salt, or just iodized salt. So you could use iodized salt, which is fine. I just like the bigger particles to help me clean, and I use baking soda. Now, what the baking soda is going to do is going to help tenderize it even more. Okay, so be very cautious about how long you have it in there. So you want to wash them, get it out of there, wash them. Then when you're done washing them, rinse them off. So let's see what these chitlins are about. The first thing I want to do, put some salt in both of these waters. It's not going to make them taste salty because you're going to be washing all that off. Baking soda in both. Not baking powder, baking soda. This is also going to help with the smell as well. In goes our vinegar. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Wash these around. Let's see here. So yeah, they look like people say, like socks. They look like socks. So got some scissors here. We're gonna cut them open. So you can clean them. I can already tell they're cleaner than I'm used to seeing when I'm doing chitlins. So see, you got a rough side and a smooth side. The smooth side, that's the part you want to get rid of. So we're going to see if we can get on the end and find where we can separate them. There we go. All right, let's get them separated. See? These are much easier to clean than the standard or pre-washed ones, and definitely easier to clean than the red bucket. All right, so this is what I pulled off. This is what we're gonna eat. So that goes in here. See? Gotta get that skin off. And you can see over here how cloudy and jacked up this water is. But by the time we get done, it'll be clear. I was hoping to have an easier pull. Find another spot. Come on, Bubba. There you go. You know, it comes off fairly easy, but still take your time. So far, this gets thumbs up for cleaning. So I would rather do this than mess with the other ones, if I'm going to be honest. All right, we'll do the rest of these. Once we get these peeled, then we'll come back for the washing, the additional washing. Okay, so this is the final rinse. And then we're going to put this bad boy in a pot. And then I'll tell you what's going to happen next. So you can see a big difference in the water when we started. Yeah. Water looks much nicer, much cleaner. Yep. Yep. And so out of those 10 pounds, it's all the weights we had. You know, probably a pound and a half of waste. Not bad. All right, so let's get it moving. Okay, now what we're gonna do? We're going to do a boil. Now this boil, we're gonna boil it, parboil it. We're gonna boil it for 30 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna pour that water off, and then we're gonna start cooking. Okay, so this is gonna help get out any of the imperfections, impurities that may or may not have been missed. Right? Sometimes your naked eye can fool you a little bit. But yeah, so here's the pot. You don't need to see me do the first boil, but I'm gonna boil it and I'm gonna drain it, and then we'll talk more about how the cooking's gonna go. Okay, so in about 10 more minutes, I'm going to drain the chitlins. All right, I'm going to put them back in the pot, and then I'm going to add 32 ounces of chicken broth. Okay. Why? I know you say, well, chitlins make their own juice. Well, you know what? I just pour it all off. It's not the good kind of pot liquor you want. Okay. And I'm also going to add green seasoning. I sold this out. You can see how to make this on my channel. I'll put a iCard up, right, so you can see how to make it. And use as much as you want, right? Because these chitlins, they're going to be cooking for about 4 to 5 hours, right, on medium low. Okay, so the water in the pot liquor is going to reduce. Now, make sure you keep an eye on this, right? Because if you put a lid on top of it, there's a chance, obviously, it could boil over. Not as likely because we did the first parboil, so all the fat and impurities, most of that's already gone. But keep an eye on your pot. Don't just forget about it. In other words, don't put it on and go to sleep. Okay. Also, I'll put some iCards up so you can see how I cook my chitlins normally. Normally, when I cook the chitlins, I have hog mogs in them. Okay. It's pretty rare that I'll just cook chitlins by themselves, but because I want to see what Aunt Bessie tastes like, we're trying it. Okay, with no hog mog. But then again, if you want to know how I do my hog mogs, I'll put that iCard up as well. So that's pretty much it. All we have to do is see what we got, and I'll be back in 4 or 5 hours. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you a few tips here, right? So the chitlins have been going for roughly almost 5 hours, right? I checked them; they're where I want them to be. Now you see some people that have their chitlins are thicker, more bolder looking, for a few reasons. One, either they left the membrane on and they're picking the chitlins, which is fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I won't do it because it'll make my house smell like, because you didn't get all the stuff off. I pull the membrane, right? So I peel the membrane off, and what that leaves is a thinner product, right? So it does cook faster, it breaks down easier, especially when I'm using baking soda to wash it and clean it. Right, so my chitlins, they don't look like they stand up all bulky. They lay down, right? So because I took all the fat and stuff out of it. Now also with the Soul of the South and my green seasonings, I know when I put that in there, the only thing I have to add, if I'm going to add anything, is crushed red pepper flakes. And since it's just me eating it right now, I added some, okay? And now a little secret of mine that I do, because it's pork, about a half hour before it is done, I will add about a half a cup of apple juice to it. Right, so you get the acidity, you get the sweetness, and you're not adding sugar to it. Oh, excuse me. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna plate up. We're going to have it on top of some rice. We're gonna see what we're working with, but I'm very excited about this because, on the scale of cleaning, superior than the other stuff. That's why in this house, the house of Straw, we do not allow the red bucket or the white bucket of any kind when it comes to chitlins in this house. Now we will go for Lewis's chitlins. We will go for Quinella chitlins. But now having worked with the Aunt Bessie's chitlins, I think that's going to be my go-to because the Aunt Bessie's chitlins, what it seems like, it's different from the other chitlins. I think what it is the upper part of the chitlins. So let me back up. So you have the normal chitlins, which is around this part, but there's a whole part that goes around here, right? The what do they call it? The jejunum, right? This is jejunum, right here, jejunum. They got the jejunum up here. That's, I think, is where they get that from because it's bigger, it's easier to clean, right? And it's normally about 9 to 13, 9 to 15 inches long. And that's what I noticed when I saw this, right? And I'm thinking just because of that, the flavor profile might be a little different, but we're gonna see, right? So let's plate up and see what we got. All right, hey, we did work today, right? If you like this video and you like the recipe, try it out. Let me know what you think, okay? If you're not already subscribed, hey, go down, hit subscribe, join the peanut gallery. Hey, we have room for you and our arms are always open. And you know what else? We'll even leave the light on for you at night so you can find us in the dark. Also, if we're not connected on Instagram, go to Instagram, put my name in, Shrashira, look for the gray cat, and let's connect. That being said, you saw what I cooked. I got to feed the masses. Let's get to it. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day.